This is Halo. I go by Halo the Riveter. I'm a new motorcycle rider. I started riding in February 2020 of this year. Well, oh my gosh, February 2020 of this year in 2020. It's so stupid. Anyways, started riding February 2020. The way I started riding was of course, was just looking for a new thing to do, a hobby, and why not? If you're looking into being or if you are like an adrenaline junkie or just want a sense of freedom, you know, it's definitely the way to go. Definitely the way to go. What I did is I signed up first. I decided for myself, like, if I'm gonna ride, I want to learn the right way. Growing up, it was definitely like motorcycles are not in my family, so I'll be the first one in my family who owns and rides a motorcycle, because it's a danger, you know, especially if you live in the city. And I reside in Texas, so I live in a big city, one of the bigger cities, and it's definitely it's not a fearful, but it is a scary experience to try to learn how to ride, especially if you don't have any friends who ride or anybody who can accompany you. It's definitely like a different feeling, you know. So what I did is I went to the riding academy at Harley. There was a sale at the beginning of the year, since everybody tends to spend their money Christmas shopping and things like that. So I went February, and the class, instead of being like $300, it was like $200, like $195 or whatever. And so I took the class, and it's a different experience, you know. The bike that I own is a XG 500, a Street 500 right here. Her name is Onyx. So original, since she's completely matte black. She's beautiful. She's a gorgeous bike. You know, I remember growing up and playing a Midnight Club, and I would always choose the Kawasaki Ninja. Like, that was the best thing ever, to have Kawasaki Ninja. You can upgrade it. It was always a green Ninja, you know. that was the goal. That was the goal. But then when I decided I was going to get a bike, just for me personally, I was looking at, you know, the seating stance of a bike, and the cruiser seemed more like it fit my style of just a relaxed ride. And okay, like I know I haven't tried a street bike or a metric bike, so I'm not really one to judge because I haven't tried it myself. As far as comfort goes, I'm comfortable on a cruiser, what I have tried. So originally I was looking at the Iron 883. It looked like a good starter bike, and I just thought like the Street 500 was a little kid bike, because I mean, it's a 500cc engine. But then when I actually went to the class, I went to the riding academy. First day, you know, you just tour around the dealership, and you see all the different departments, the clothing department, the garage, like all kinds of stuff like that. Service department, I'm sorry. And you get a feel for like who they are and what the environment is, and it's a really friendly environment. I've been to a lot of Harley dealerships, not like a ton, but I've been to quite a few, and I can honestly tell you the environment that they have there is more of like a loving environment, more family oriented, and it's great. You know, they make you feel comfortable, it puts you at ease. You're with a bunch of strangers, but with that type of environment, I really have to commend them at Harley for what they do, because they make you feel like part of the family, and it makes you want to be a part of something bigger. And so day one, like I said, you tour the dealership, you have a little bit of classroom time. By that time, with the riding academy, you should have already taken all your online MSF, like the safety courses and all that, and you take your certificate to them, and then they start you out. So day two, I went on the weekend because I work a 9 to 5, so or 7 to 6, I don't know. I went on the weekend, and it's basically Friday PM, Saturday all day, Sunday all day. And so on Sunday you go at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I mean, as soon as they're there, you think you're gonna be in the classroom, but no, you get on, and that's one of the biggest attributing factors that I got Onyx is because I learned on this bike, you know, not this particular bike, but I learned on the XG500 Street 500. That's the standard bike that they use at my Harley dealerships. I think at most Harley dealerships, that's the bike that you're gonna ride on, and I felt comfortable in that. And so I did, and I'm skipping ahead of myself. Day 2, you get on, and you get on the bike. So and that was the first time I've ever been on a bike, you know, other than when I was a little kid and riding with your uncle or whoever. You get on a bike and you pick it up and you lift it up and you feel like that 500, 600 pounds is insane. You're like, I started thinking, man, like, I don't think this is for me. This is kind of scary. It's a big, beautiful machine, and I don't think I'll ever be confident enough to ride. It's very scary, especially as a first timer. Honestly, I'm just being honest with people. But then you get on and you kind of move it, you sit on it for a little bit, and it's just a very different experience. Then while I'm scared in my little puny mind, you turn it on and you feel that engine like vroom, vroom, vroom. Oh my gosh, it's one of the best feelings I can honestly say that I felt. Feeling the power of the bike, and you're just like, okay, like, can I control this? It feels amazing. It feels so amazing to just sit on it and feel it. And it's like, yeah, like, that's that cool vibe. That's where you see in the movies and Sons of Anarchy, things like that. Like, okay, like, that's some bad stuff. But so you're just ready to go at that point. I think at that point I was ready to go. I just wanted to be set free, you know, to do cause trouble. But you're not, of course. You get on, and then you're still in neutral, so you're holding in your clutch, and they let you rev it, and then you rev it like, oh no, I'm not scared at all. Like, I'm ready for this. This is some good stuff here. And so then from then on, you just want to go. You just want to go so bad. At least I did. I was ready to just, you know, tear the streets up, you know. But so you kind of go out, you walk the bike, and when you walk the bike, I'm like, oh my gosh. Going back to Midnight Club Dub Edition, I was just like, oh, this is horrible. Walking this stupid bike. It's so heavy. Like, I think in Midnight Club, whenever you would go, you'd be riding like in the, of course, I'm just everywhere today. So in Midnight Club, you would every time you would go, you would just go on your bike, and then when you would have to back it up, it was horrible. I was like, oh my gosh, yes, this is so bad. But it's like that in real life, guys. You have to crab walk your bike. You don't have a reverse. We're not cages, we're not the cars, you know. So I took the street all the way down. Just finding new places today. So you crab walk the bike, and then you line up with a good 25 feet in between y'all, and then for a good like 50 yards, they let you, what you do is you ease off of the clutch. And so you guys, the experienced riders, know, like, that's when the engine engages and it starts to, you don't open up the throttle, you're just easing off the clutch, and you start to roll. And when you start rolling, you're just like, man, like, I'm literally going like 2 to 5 miles an hour. It's nothing significant, but it feels amazing. Look at that view. It feels amazing. So you start to roll, and then you have to get to the other point, and then you crab walk to turn your bike. After that, you do it all over again. You go back the other direction, and then you just do that back and forth, getting comfortable. And then after that, then they let you open on throttle, and then mind you, you're still going 5 to 10 miles an hour. It's nothing really, and it's just like the best feeling in the world, though. It feels amazing. So man, I really need to turn around. So anyways, back to that. So you start to open up on throttle, and I'll probably do another how to ride, or like a quick synopsis on how to ride for new beginners. Even though there's some great videos out there on YouTube, but so you open up on throttle a little bit, and it just feels so great, you know. You go, and that's when I fell in love, and I was like, okay, this is something I really want to do. You can't wait to get out on the course. And of course, it's not super easy. I mean, taking it for me, I pride myself in being a quick learner and picking up things quickly, But whenever I started in the class, like I was probably one of the lowest ones there. I stalled the bike a few times, and you get kind of discouraged a little bit. You're just like, you know, maybe this isn't for me. I can't figure it out. I'm one of those who gets frustrated if I can't master or seem to at least grasp a new skill. But I was like, no, like let me stick with it. So I would practice at home, like grabbing in my clutch and easily rolling on throttle. And you know, and even when the class ended, I still wasn't 100. Like I felt better. I felt like I was capable of something. Like I had done more than I had in my life before, or more than most people will actually do. But I wasn't confident in my riding at all. So I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna get really confident unless I just do it. And so that's what I did. I went back like maybe 3 weeks after my class, and I bought Onyx. And how I started was I would just go around the neighborhood, and I do that. Like this kind of ride that you see me doing right here is still like this is not normal for me, because this is probably the farthest I've been out since I started, because I would just go through the neighborhood and just practicing start stop, getting afraid of being afraid of cars behind me, and I just getting that fear and stalling out because you overthink. But you have to just keep with it. And I got to a point of like full discouragement. I mean, this is, mind you, I've already had the bike for a few months, and full discouragement. I was just like, you know, I can't, like I'm never going to be able to do it. But it's just consistency. Straight consistency is what it takes. If you truly want to ride a motorcycle, you can do it. And I'm trying to prove that, you know, I know people have done it way more before me, but at least this is a documented showing of skills, you know, that I learned over time. And it's not easy, you know, it's not easy. I'm not going to say it's easy, but it's worth it, because I can honestly tell you, when I came to that point of frustration, I was just like, you know what, like I don't want to ride. Like I'm never going to be comfortable. I see people on YouTube and they make it so easy. But you have to keep in mind that we all start from the same place. We all start with zero knowledge, and whatever you invest into your motorcycle riding is what you're going to get back. So that's what I was thinking, you know, it's pretty much like that with everything. So what I did was I said, you know, I'm gonna allot this amount of time for my motorcycle riding. So I would go, when I would get home from work, I would go riding in the neighborhood. And first I started just around, I would go across the street. There's like a empty cul-de-sac, and I would practice there, and you know, practice there and see how it was. But just, you know, like I said, getting adjusted with your start stop. And so that was the biggest thing for me, was not stalling the bike from a get-go. And I think like you do get super into your head. Once you get the mechanics of it, it's amazing. When you accomplish something on your bike, it's great. You feel like you feel so happy, and it could be like the smallest thing, but give yourself the small things, and you won't get discouraged easily. So like I said, I would do like little rides, and I started venturing out and like going to the streets. And then I was going out around 6 or 7, so the streets weren't that busy, but I was getting acclimated. This is the first time I've been on the road with like full cars, and I think I'm talking, so I'm not as nervous. But you know, to kind of wean yourself away from that fear. And that's what I think that's what I kind of hate about us humans, is that we let our fear stop us from doing a lot of stuff, a lot of good things, you know, or you just say like, well, I'm a girl, so I can't do it, or that's not meant for me. No, like never have that mentality. If you want to do it, you truly go and you put the pedal to the metal, or you put your throttle up, you do it. And like I said, if you start with just little blocks, give yourself a goal. That's what I said. Like today I'm gonna master start stop, or today I'm gonna work on start stop. And then if I get one good, I'm like, okay, I could do it 2 more times and have 3 good start stops. And slowly over time you get confident, and the mechanics just come to you. Don't get discouraged by people who have already been there, because they have gone through the steps that you're going through right now. We all have. So I just want to encourage you. Like I said, it's my first video. I'm looking forward to bringing some decent, or some at least decent content to you guys out there. from a new rider's perspective, just learning how to drive and navigate in the city. I know this doesn't look very city right now, but I found this sweet little peaceful pocket of street, and this is what I practice on. And what I do is I come on Saturday mornings, mostly Saturday and Sunday, and like probably around 5-6 o'clock in the morning I wake up and I just ride. And usually there's no cars, so I'm more comfortable, you know. But today there's a few more cars. It's not crazy traffic like it normally is in my big city. So but this is great, you know, this feeling right here, just feeling the wind against your helmet or you can feel it inside your helmet. I'm sure you guys hear that wind noise and the audio quality, but just feeling the wind against you and just having freedom. You know, I drive a Ford F-150, and driving there, it's great. I love driving that. But you don't feel this. Like, honestly, you don't feel one with the road. With the motorcycle, you kind of have to be one with the road. You have to look for the little potholes and little things that can deter you. You kind of have to, but it's great. It's great. And like I said, I just encourage you. I hope to, you know, bring about a movement of new riders, whether you're male, whether you're female. But I just really want to gear this to a lot of women, because I know that we feel like we can't do it because it's what society says we can or what we shouldn't. It's not ladylike, but I mean, screw that, you know. If you want to do something, you go out there and you do it, and you do it better than anybody else, you know. And who knows, you could possibly potentially help other people do it too, you know. So I hope this has been a decent intro. I'm sorry for all the ums and the likes and blah blah blah. I know I kind of ramble a little bit, but like I said, I hope to bring some decent content or something good for you guys.